Hey guys, LevelCap here, and welcome to another episode of This Week in Gaming. It's been an okay week for Battlefield 5. The 4.4 update added 2 new maps, increased the maximum rank to 500 from 50, rebalanced several weapons, and fixed quite a few bugs. Unlike some other recent updates, this one didn't actually completely break the game, although it did introduce a new ping issue where people are playing with higher latency than normal. This is, however, a priority, and DICE is hopefully going to fix it in the near future with a hotfix. DICE have also launched a Trello board for Battlefield 5. It serves as sort of a one-stop shop for everything related to the game's ongoing development. The Trello board will be updated weekly with new known issues, as well as status updates on fixes as they happen. DICE were already doing this with the quality of life tracker on the game's subreddit and official forums, but Trello is much more accessible. It also allows for community interaction like voting on critical issues and suggesting new mechanics. This week's Tides of War unlock is the Panzerbuchse 39 anti-material rifle. It's a slightly more powerful per-shot version of the Boys AT rifle. I did a full review of it, including recommended specializations and playstyles, so be sure to check that out. As for future updates, later this month we'll be getting Operation Underground. It's a reimagining of the classic Operation Metro from Battlefield 3, but set in Germany after an airstrike has opened up the underground metro running through the city. It's sure to be a fan favorite map. Underground will launch with update 4.6. The same update will make some changes to MMG gameplay mechanics, further improve performance, and make sliding a bit more consistent. CYBERPUNK 2077 is officially getting multiplayer. Eventually. The developers announced their long-term plans for the game's post-launch support. It includes multiple single-player DLCs that will release for free after the game's launch next April. Once those DLCs are out, the devs will add multiplayer in some form. There's no telling if it'll be PvP, co-op, or a social space, or a full-on large-scale open-world multiplayer like GTA Online. There's also no telling when it will launch. Regardless, it's exciting news. CYBERPUNK 2077 is shaping up to be the next big thing in the open-world sci-fi genre. Multiplayer seems like a perfect fit. The open beta for Call of Duty Modern Warfare kicks off on the 12th for PlayStation 4 owners. Pre-order customers get early access to the beta on the 12th, and then it goes live for all PS4 owners on the 14th. The following week, it'll be live on all platforms. Unlike the recent alpha, the beta will include full multiplayer modes like traditional 6v6 and even the new Ground War mode that supports 100 players. At the end of the month, Modern Warfare's campaign will be fully revealed, but much about its story is still a mystery. Finally, the game's co-op mode, Spec Ops, will be revealed on October 7th. Modern Warfare releases on all platforms October 25th. The VOIDWALKER event is live for Apex Legends. It adds a limited time mode called Armed and Dangerous, which is shotguns and snipers only. The event also makes some changes to the game's map. It ties in with a new story trailer that tells the story behind Wraith's escape from a secret facility. However, it wouldn't be an Apex launch without some controversy over cosmetic item pricing. The event skin for Wraith is currently priced at $18. While you can buy it directly from the shop, it's still a hefty price tag for a cosmetic item. Ubisoft's game subscription service Uplay Plus has launched. $15 a month gets you unlimited access to over 100 games currently available on Uplay. That said, some games like Anno 1800 won't be added until a later date. A free trial of the service is currently available until October 1st. After that, you'll have to pay the monthly fee or cancel your subscription. Ghost Recon Breakpoint's closed beta is now live. Players that pre-ordered the game or have a Uplay Plus subscription can play through a select set of missions and mods. It also includes story content and procedurally generated faction missions. The beta ends on September 9th. A massive update for Red Dead Redemption 2 Online drops on the 10th. It adds new challenges, dynamic events, items, tweaks to gameplay, and new specialized roles called Frontier Pursuits. At launch, there will be 3 roles to choose from: Bounty Hunter, Trader, and Collector. Each role comes with its own set of missions and progression. As the name implies, you'll be doing activities like tracking down criminals, trading with other NPCs and players, and finding valuable items. There's a ton of other tweaks and changes being made to the online experience, so be sure to check the patch notes out if you play Red Dead Redemption 2 online. Gears of War 5 is now available for Ultimate Edition owners. Reviews so far have been very positive, often praising the game's visuals and performance. The game launches for everyone else on the 10th. After launch, Gears 5 will be getting major content updates every 3 months that are free to all players. Some items, like new characters, can be bought directly, but everything including said characters can be unlocked via normal gameplay. It's similar to Rainbow Six Siege's Operations, which add new operators and maps every quarter. Also, Batista will be a playable character, which is cool considering players have been trying to get him included in a Gears title for years. CSGO's Berlin Major has had some huge upsets this week. 2 of the top teams in the world were eliminated back-to-back by 2 middle-of-the-pack teams that are essentially underdogs in the tournament. The final match starts tomorrow, so be sure to tune in to see who takes home the $500,000 grand prize. The Steam library overhaul that's been in the works for several years now is finally almost here. A beta for the new UI launches on September 17th. Steam users can opt into the beta at launch or avoid it until it goes public. Calling it a new UI is a bit of an understatement though. Valve have implemented a variety of new features that makes organizing and engaging with your library a more interactive and intuitive experience. The What's New section will automatically organize your games by what new updates have come out or what you frequently play. The category system has been overhauled and is now called Collections. Searching your library with the built-in filters will give you the option to generate collections of games automatically. Events associated with games like Dota 2 and CSGO tournaments will also be featured in your library with interactive stream options and news about the event. Overall, it looks like Valve are implementing a lot of new tools to help users organize their libraries how they see fit. They're also putting news about major updates and events in a place that's easy to access. In other Valve news, the recent update to their Lab VR experience leaked a pretty significant Half-Life VR prototype. Valve are currently working on at least 3 full-scale VR titles, with one set to release this year. One of those titles is allegedly Half-Life VR. It's either a new game set in the Half-Life universe, a remake of an existing Half-Life title, or some combination of the two. All that said, the prototype is likely just a scrapped segment of the lab experience that used Half-Life assets. It's probably not the Half-Life VR title everyone is anticipating. Destiny 2 players have until October 1st to keep their paid in-game currency called Silver. Players that fail to migrate their accounts from the Battle.net launcher to Steam will lose their Silver. Purchasing Silver has been disabled until the game's relaunch on Steam on October 1st. Destiny 2's Shadowkeep expansion also launches on the 1st. Overwatch is getting a port for the Nintendo Switch. While it's been available on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 for some time now, it was notably absent on the Switch, which seems like a huge missed opportunity. The port launches on October 15th and includes motion controls for some character abilities. Intel have announced a new edition of their flagship i9900K CPU. Called the i9900KS, it has an all-core boost clock of 5 GHz. It's basically a factory overclocked version of the original CPU. Intel are also refreshing their high-end desktop CPUs with the new Cascade Lake X architecture. It's expected to compete with AMD's Threadripper CPUs and launches next month. In our final story this week, Hideo Kojima has confirmed Death Stranding will include a variety of difficulty options, including one for players that just want to experience the story. Past Kojima titles have always found interesting ways of letting players modify their difficulty. Metal Gear Solid 5, for example, gave players the option to equip a chicken helmet if they kept dying on a particular mission. While goofy looking, it would actually slow down enemy detection and alerts. And that wraps it up for today's episode of This Week in Gaming. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if there's any stories you think we missed or you found interesting this week. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.